What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Doing an instant reaction. So LSU lost to USC 27-20. Just the same old LSU, man. Just the same old LSU. Um, but before I continue, congratulations to USC. Y'all wanted it more, so congratulations to Lincoln Riley, Miller Moss, and those boys over there at USC. Salute. Um, I'm not gonna go over the box score. I mean, you guys can look at the box score. The game, the stats pretty much was identical. Both teams was pretty much spot on in terms of stats. So I'm just gonna jump into it real fast. So looking at the Brian Kelly post game interview, he said LSU pretty much. Well, first of all, he pounded the table, right? Those fake ass emotions. He pounded the table in frustration. And then he reads in quote by Trey Wallace on X. Brian Kelly on the lack of killing instinct against USC and others. It's clear that when we get up in the game, we do not know how to handle ourselves. We had an opportunity to put the team away. We get complacent, make more mistakes when we're ahead. Well, that sounds like a coaching problem, Brian Kelly. That's what it sounds like. Um, you know, LSU is now 0-5 in season openers. Three of these losses fall on Brian Kelly. The other two was on the coach O. Three of them fall onto him. All three of these games that it's been a season opener for Brian Kelly, LSU looks unprepared, undisciplined, um, and just flat out, just the moments is too big for him. I was reading the game. I was watching the game, and it's just some things that I wrote down about what I saw. Right. So you know, LSU, the penalties killed LSU, right? The penalties killed LSU. And you can say, hey, uh, well, the players did it. Yeah, the players did it, but who's supposed to coach the players up? Who's supposed to discipline the players? The coaches. The coaches make a lot of money. Now I know these players make pretty good money, but the coaches make still way more money than them, right? You got Kyron Lacey doing the gun um sign, right, getting a penalty. You got Major Burns taking his helmet off on the field after a big play. You got Sage Ryan getting pass interference. You got multiple false starts by Will Campbell, who ran his mouth and said that LSU was going to run the ball and he was going up to Vegas to win a fist fight and all of that bullshit. And he was getting false start penalties, right? Um, I mean, penalties, right? LSU just looked unprepared, just undisciplined. I'm out on Brian Kelly, man. I'm out. I've defended Brian Kelly for 2 years. I'm out on Brian Kelly. I'm out. The Notre Dame fans, y'all was right. Y'all was right. Brian Kelly, he's a very winning coach, but he big games, big stages, it's not for him. Not for him. Look at his performance in the playoffs, in the college football playoffs. Look at his performance in the national championship versus Alabama. Brian Kelly is a Division II or a lesser tier Power Five team coach, right? Maybe a North Carolina State, or one of those teams where they just they're okay with just having victories in the regular season and not having deep playoff runs or winning national championships. But hey, I'm out on Brian Kelly. I'm out on Brian Kelly. Um, LSU, the brand is in trouble because you paid Brian Kelly over $100 million for 10 years, and this is year three, and the buyout to get rid of Brian Kelly is going to be crazy. So he's not going anywhere anytime soon. But as a fan, I'm out on Brian Kelly. Um, you can't expect nothing more from Brian Kelly than a team that's going to be undisciplined and that's a team that's going to be unprepared. Um, he has a terrible record. He has a terrible record versus winning teams, right? Versus the top teams. I think he's like 3-6 or something like that. Terrible record. But yeah, I'm out on Brian Kelly. So um, let's just go with some positives from what I seen from the game, right? So um, and then I'll jump into the negatives again. But um, Garrett Nussmeier played phenomenal, man. I think if anyone had questions about Garrett Nussmeier and how he would perform replacing Jaden Daniels, I think he showed us in the first game of the season. And I've always been confident in Garrett Nussmeier. Um, like I said before, Garrett Nussmeier can make every throw on the field. He doesn't lack any confidence when it comes time to throwing the ball. Um, he just needed the snaps because he was always playing behind someone else. But now that he's the starter of this team, I have absolutely no worries about Gary Nussmeier. Um, I wrote down Will Campbell, right? So again, Will Campbell, got in front of everybody and said that they was going to Las Vegas to get in a fist fight and handle business, and he had multiple false start penalties. LSU was struggling to run the ball. Um, he had a really good seal block on the edge to spring um, Emery Jr., John Emery Jr. But other than that, I think we lied about just how good overall this LSU offensive line is. So they're very great in pass protection, but in offense, in running the ball, not so much. Kyron Lacy had in the first half had 7 catches for 94 yards and 1 touchdown, and in the second half only got 2 targets. I think in the second half LSU was able to start seeing success in the running game, so they was filling themselves, and then they started running the ball and getting away from throwing the ball, and Kyron Lacy completely got swaddled up in the game plan. They forgot all about Kyron Lacy. Um, Shout out to Aaron Anderson, man. He had a big game. He got a touchdown. Shout out to him. Shout out to Mason Taylor. He had a big game. Um, but I feel bad for those kids, man, because those kids, they've been grinding all, spring, all summer, and then, you know, the shit just gets pissed away, right? Um, Harold Perkins, right? Harold Perkins had a few splash plays at the beginning of the game, and then he was mismanaged after that, right? And I said that before that Harold Perkins is getting mismanaged. He's just too small to play inside, man. He's just too small. Harold Perkins needs to play outside on the edge. He plays on the inside, and he's getting washed up uh, with the guards and the tackles. And USC had a really big offensive line. Um, Harold Perkins playing in coverage is pathetic, man. He needs to be playing up and near the line of scrimmage and causing chaos in the backfield. He needs to be a downhill player, man. You got to use Harold Perkins' speed and athleticism um, to your benefit. That's another L. That's another mismanagement by Brian Kelly, wanting to move him inside instead of letting him play outside. If you're worried about his NFL stock, which you should, but he's going to go to the NFL, right? And there's way better coaches in the NFL that can coach him up and get him right from playing inside. But um, let him play outside. Um, but Harold Perkins, like I said, he had right off the back when the game first started, he popped, but then he got mismanaged the rest of the game. Swenson was a dog, right? Swenson was a dog. PJ Woodley, the freshman, was a dog. He had a pass interference, but they came and tried him right the next play, and he had a big time PBU pass breakup. Um, Stamps. I had him labeled as a dog, but then you know he started getting his ass ate up. So the jury's out on Stamps. Weeks, Weeks and the linebackers was all over the field making plays. Man, Weeks had a big game. Uh, at one period in the game, it seems like USC couldn't do anything with Weeks, man. So shout out to Weeks, man. The linebackers was all over the field, coming off the edge, getting sacks, getting pressure, stuff for Harold Perkins. But Brett Baker, um, they're gonna have to look at this, and they're gonna have to just make the hard decision to move Harold Perkins back outside. You need his athleticism, his speed on the edge. Major Burns was Major Burns, getting burnt, making boneheaded decisions. Sage Ryan was Sage Ryan, getting burnt, having penalties. When Sage Ryan is starting cornerback, you screwed. Um, I seen some people on social media was blaming it on Corey Raymond. Listen, it doesn't matter if you got Corey Raymond or not. You can have the world's best defensive back coach. Um, you still got Major Burns and Sage Ryan in your secondary, and they're starters, right? Um, so you're gonna have problems regardless. Don't matter who you have coaching, the DBs. But overall, man, on 5, LSU can't win a season opener to save their lives. This it's so much stuff that you can pick at, and for the rest of this week, I'm gonna slowly pick at the different things that I saw that I just can't relay to y'all right now because I'm so frustrated, I'm so angry. But um, for Brian Kelly to be slapping the table and saying that he's angry at his team, man, you need to look yourself in the mirror, man, because you have a long track record starting at Notre Dame of just not being prepared in big games and your players playing undisciplined. And so it starts with the coach. It starts with the coaches, right? Um, all of those penalties was piss poor. Um, just not coaching the players up for situational football, right? You got a lead and you don't know how to protect the lead, right? You know, LSU needed to convert on a couple of third downs in the second half, and they just they running plays that didn't get the player past the sticks or to the sticks. Had the player getting tackled way before the sticks, which was making it way easier for USC to stop them. But terrible, man. Terrible, terrible all the way around. You know, there's always bright spots and everything, right? And if I had to pick a bright spot, I'll say, Nussmeier, yeah, it's gonna be fine all season. Um, Kyron Lacy is going to be fine. The wide receivers are going to be fine. CJ Daniels was not very impactful on the game, but that's fine because a lot of the other wide receivers was mixing it up. Nussmeier had a lot of mouths to feed, and he was doing a really good job of getting the ball to a lot of different mouths. So I'm not worried about CJ Daniels at all. Not worried about Mason Taylor. Definitely worried about Harold Perkins and how they're managing him. And obviously, every time a quarterback drop back to throw the ball deep, I'm always worried about our defensive backs. But we'll see, man. We'll see. There is a 12-team playoff, and so the futures is still bright for LSU there, right? They still got a chance, but um, I don't know. A loss like this, man, a loss like this, it has a way of demoralizing your team and breaking your team. For the rest of the season. There's players on this LSU team who's never won a season opener since they've been on the team. Will Campbell, Emory Jones, right? Um, not Emory Jones. Yeah, Emory Jones, right? Like those guys have never run a season opener. Will Campbell has never won a season opener, right? Garrett Nussmeier never won a season opener as long as they've been on the team. Terrible. Mason Taylor, a bunch of players, right? You can name a bunch of players on the team that has not won a season opener. 5 years in a fucking row. Nobody won a season opener. And then next year, LSU opens up against Clemson for 2 years in a row. So there's a possibility that LSU can go 7 years without winning a season opener. They got Clemson next year. Clemson is, having their issues, but so is USC. And USC found a way to beat LSU. So LSU is really at risk of going 0-7 in season openers. Think about that, right? We got Clemson next year. Well, we got Clemson 2 years in a row. Same way how we did um, the series with the same way how we did the series with Florida State. Play calling was ass on the goal line. Yep, I agree with you. I agree with you. Some LSU fans was giving Mike Denbrock shit because he went back home to Notre Dame, but Notre Dame won their season opener. Everyone was talking about Joe Sloan being this bar wonder, and play calling was as start the game off. He was being really conservative. USC was playing with cushion, and Joe Sloan was just throwing all of that underneath shit. And the reason why USC was playing with cushion because they knew their cornerbacks was trash, and Joe Sloan played into that, and um, we needed to convert um, third downs in the second half, and we ran plays that was short of the sticks. Nothing went past the sticks. And when I text my brother T Fields. I text him, right. He plays semi-pro football in Louisiana. I text him. I said we just let USC off the hook. Sorry, we just let USC off the hook because we needed to convert that third down and score to make the game tougher, or even put the nail in the coffin. And when we didn't score, when we didn't convert on that third down, I said, "Yep, USC has confidence," because we was killing them. Will Weeks was eating their ass up, back to back plays. Right, the defense was killing them, and USC was looking demoralized on the sideline. And then when LSU got the ball back and we couldn't convert, I was just like, "Yep, we just let USC off the hook. We let them off the hook." So there's a lot that you can pern at, but I'm so frustrated. I'm missing the mark. I wrote down a bunch of shit, but I'm gonna have to break it down, slow burn, uh, over the next week. I think LSU has UCLA next, right? I think that's who we got next. So UCLA, they're not pushovers. Um, they're not pushovers. All he had to do, yep, exactly. Give Mason Teller a chance. Or shit, give Pipton a chance, right? Mason Teller was eating, bro. Mason Teller was eating, and in the red zone, right, from 20 yards out, we couldn't do shit. Wasn't throwing fade routes to our tall wide receivers, letting it do a jump ball. Wasn't giving. I would have put Pipton, Tradaeus Green, and Mason Teller on the field. All of them are over 6'4". I would have made it a matchup nightmare for USC, but there was no creativity on the goal line uh, for LSU. So Bebe 337, you correct. They should have gave the tight ends a chance, and they didn't. And so they're gonna have to figure it out. But Brian Kelly with that damn fake ass frustration, beating his damn fist on the table, saying he mad at the team. Um, we lack killer instinct. That's on you. You the head coach. You don't want to lack the killer instinct. And then let's rewind. Let's rewind. That drive, the first drive of the game when we was sorry, the first drive of the game when we was on the red zone and we kicked the field goal. We didn't go for the field goal. I said, bro, take the damn punts, bro. We did that shit 2 times in a row versus Florida State. We did 2 years in a row versus Florida State. Big body tight end, pack a yep. Big body tight end, pack a punch on the goal line, can break a tackle. Yep, exactly, exactly, exactly. You're right. You're right about that. They. I don't understand Brian Kelly, man. I really don't. The Notre Dame fans was right. I'm all for Brian Kelly, bro. I'm not. I'm done with Brian Kelly. We stuck with Brian Kelly. He getting paid over 10 million. I think he get paid $9.5 million a year, right? So um, his contract is worth right at $100 million for 10 years. So they're not getting rid of Brian Kelly anytime soon. But Brian Kelly does not learn from his mistakes at all, at all. You would think that they will go back and watch film and be obsessed with how shitty we played versus Florida State. And we came out the same way versus USC playing shitty, not taking the punch, right? I always say every drive should end with a kick, whether it's a field goal because we score, well, a field goal because we went for three, or an extra point because we scored, or a punt. That's how every drive should end. Preferably, you want to kick a field goal or attempt an extra punt because that's a positive thing, and you don't want to punt. But as long as you're not turning the ball over, right, and you're flipping the field with the punt, you should be ending drives if you couldn't score with a punt. Yeah, he get paid. Yeah, he get paid an arm and a leg. LSU can't do nothing. They can't do nothing with him. His buyout is crazy. See, these coaches are super smart. Bebe 337. You know that they smart. They say, hey, listen, my buyout got to be X, Y, and Z because if I get fired, y'all got to pay me all this money. Look how much money they gave Coach O to walk away. Now, Coach O won a national championship. Coach O just couldn't keep his pee to himself. Coach O was running around um, campus with his shirt off, sleeping with cheerleaders, trying to get with LSU executive wives, right? Coach O was living his best life, but they gave Coach O what $16 million to walk away. I don't know what Brian Kelly's buyout is, but I guarantee it's something crazy. I guarantee it's something crazy. He didn't even run the clock down before. Yep, bro. I'm telling you, bro. This shit. A lot of this shit is on Brian Kelly, bro. A lot of it is on Brian Kelly. He getting mad at his team. A lot of it is on him. He the head coach. He get paid all his money. He get mad at everybody else. Players with dumbass penalties, right? Major Burns taking his helmet off, Sage Ryan, um, uh, Will Campbell with all of the damn false starts. Who else had it? Oh, Kyron Lacey, right? With the gun, all that stuff, right? When a player gets a penalty, it's it's 50-50. It's 50% on the player, it's 50% on the damn coach. Because you got to coach that shit out of them. You got to play them. They got to be disciplined. You don't see Nick Saban coach teams playing undisciplined with stupid ass penalties, right? And I know Nick Saban is retired, right? But you didn't see his players doing shit like that. His players was button up, bruh. The LSU brand is in trouble. I'm a realist. I'm an LSU fan. You see it in the background. I'm an LSU fan through and through. But I'm a realist. The fan base is very delusional. I say the fan base is 90-10. 90% of our fan base is delusional. 10% of the fan base is fact seeking, right? We can accept the facts. So I'm putting it out there right now. I'm off for Brian Kelly, man. I'm off for Brian Kelly. I'm off for Brian Kelly for the rest of the season. For the rest of the time he at LSU, I'm off. He got to show me he won. To show me he got to win a season opener. And two, he got to show me that he can win a big game. I'm telling you, man. It's 5 years in a row. 5 years in a row. If LSU had to win a season opener, if they said all of mankind, if a missile was heading towards planet Earth to blow up planet Earth, and it says LSU has to win a season opener to save Earth, we would have been destroyed 3 years over and over again. Well, 5 years over and over again because obviously 2 season openers under Coach Owe lost and 3 under Brian Kelly. I see some people on Twitter saying that we should have fired Kelly and go hire Kiffin. I man, listen, Kiffin my dog, but Kiffin, man, I don't know, man. Kiffin, I think he a good fit at Ole Miss because Ole Miss ain't never really been one of those top schools, so they happy with what they got going on. But I wouldn't mind having some of those players that Ole Miss got out of transfer portal. I'll tell you that much. I wouldn't mind having some of those players. LSU didn't take any good people out of the goddamn transfer portal. Nobody. Not at all. We got what's his name? Jordan, the number 2. He got a targeting call, so he ain't playing none of the next game, and he a starter. But before that, he was getting burnt up. He was getting burnt up. So we needed shit. We need some of those guys out of the transfer portal that Lane Kiffin got, but I don't know, man. I mean, shit. To me, Lane Kiffin and Brian Kelly in the same boat. They don't win no big games. They not button up. They teams be undisciplined. They teams don't, their teams don't really be looking prepared. Like Lane Kiffin is always going to have an explosive offense, but um, you know. And also think about this, right? Remember years ago on the Les Miles, we couldn't throw the fucking ball to save our lives. All of our quarterbacks was terrible. Now we like we like quarterback you, right? We got Joe Burrow, we have Jaden Daniels. Now we got Nussmeyer, right? And we got Bryce, Bryce Underwood coming in next season, right? Um, but now we can't run the fucking ball, right? We can't run the ball. We had 117 rushing yards. Will Campbell went on camera and said that we was trying to win a fist fight. Even if we managed to move on from Kelly, who would be able to get? I don't even know. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't even know. That's a good question. I don't even know. See, moving on from Brian Kelly too fast will set the narrative that LSU already has, that we just dump coaches left and right. Because we dumped Coach O, and then we got Brian Kelly, and then we dumped, which Brian Kelly not going anywhere. But you're right. Like, who will we get? I don't know. And another thing too is, bruh, the 2025 class is in trouble because these kids are about to start decommitting, bro. I'm telling you right now. I hate to be negative. I'm an LSU fan, but these kids about to start decommitting because these head coaches, these recruiting people, are gonna start calling up these top players in LSU 2025 class and be like, "Look, bro, Brian Kelly can't win a season opener. All that talent that they got over there, that y'all got on that team, y'all not gonna win nothing because y'all can't win a season opener. Hell, y'all can't even play for 4 quarters with intensity." Pressing guy, an LSU reporter, says, "Yep, $56 million." So think about Coach O. Coach O buyout was what, $15 million, bro. $56 million is crazy. I don't. Let me do the math real fast. 56 divided by 15. Yeah, Coach O buyout can go into $56 million 3.5 times. That's crazy. If Brian Kelly is brought out, he will never have to coach ever again in his college career. Brian Kelly is probably already at least right at a half a billion made in college football of how long he's been coaching. $56 million and still calling high school plays. Yep. Bro, look at the talent we got, bro. We got Aaron Anderson. We got Xavier Thomas. Uh those type of dudes, right? We got fight on. Congratulations, Mr. Morris. Congratulations to y'all. My hat's off to y'all. Salute. But look at those weapons we got, man. We got Xavier Thomas. We got Aaron Anderson, right? CJ Daniels. All of those weapons on offense, and we had no real creativity, no real creativity at all. I'm just like, damn, bro, we ain't. I mean, and to be honest, the play calling to convert some of the third downs could have been better. The play calling on the goal lines could have been better, but you know, Nussmeyer played a solid game. Thanks, bro. Good luck on y'all. Yep, saying to y'all, man. Good luck to y'all too. Good luck to y'all. Shout out to y'all. Good luck. Appreciate it. But we got dumb talent, but we can't. Yep. Then that's what I'm saying, man. Like Joe Sloan, Joe Sloan. So what I heard was that Brian Kelly went to Mike Denbrock and said, "Hey, we want to make Joe Sloan the assistant offensive coordinator." And Mike Denbrock didn't like that. He didn't like having to share the title. And so that's why Mike Denbrock left. And Brian Kelly was like, well, shit, he left. But I feel confident in Joe Sloan being the offensive coordinator. And look at the plays that's being called. We was given Insminger. Yeah, Insminger. We was giving Insminger shit um for his play calling. But look what we got in Joe Sloan. Shit, we need Brady back. We need Joe Brady back. Oh shit, they might as well give give Hankton a shot at calling the plays, because that's BS. And like these kids, they not dumb, man. These kids that's coming in next season, they looking at what's going on, and boys gonna start decommitting because they're gonna start throwing that NIL money at them and gonna start putting that seed in their ear saying, hey man, hey, LSU in trouble. Come on over here to Texas. Come on over here to Miami. Come on over here to Oregon. Come on over here to Ohio State. We got the bag for y'all, and we got the talent, and we got the play calling. So the brand is in trouble, man. The brand is in trouble. Brian Kelly better clean this shit up. I don't want to hear about no damn 10-win seasons, right? Now LSU, Brian Kelly is what, 20-8. He's 20-8, right? But the 10-win seasons have came because we won bowl games. So you get 10-win seasons. So, but where do you go from 10-win seasons, right? 10-win seasons have to go to playoff spots, playing for a playoff spot, right? With the new playoff rules now, um, 12-man playoffs, the 1 through 4, the conference champions, they get a bye. 5 through 8 get a home field game. LSU need to be 5 through 8 because that's the next step. If Brian Kelly misses the playoffs, but we go to the Citrus Bowl in fucking Florida, that's not a win. That's not a win at all. You about to waste 2 first-round offensive tackles because Emory and Will Campbell, they're going to the draft after this, and both of them are going to go in the first round. Will Campbell probably go top 5 in the first round. Emory is definitely going to go uh, top 15, and we about to lose both of them. To tell you the truth, USC LSU is like twins. Yep, yep, exactly. Because both of them had first-time starting quarterbacks, new defensive coordinators, a bunch of questions on defense. Both teams lost Heisman winning quarterbacks, so they was identical, and both coaches got a lot of pressure on them. Brian Kelly be getting slaughtered, but so does Lincoln Riley. Lincoln Riley be getting slaughtered too. Paul Feinbaum be lighting Lincoln Riley ass up. Yep, unnecessary plays on the goal line. Shit was terrible, bro. No, 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 terrible. Terrible. We wasn't doing anything. We wasn't doing no. We wasn't doing no mesh. We wasn't doing no mesh routes, no rub routes, nothing. Nothing to create separation. Nothing to create openings on the goal line. Nothing at all. And then if you remember in the first quarter when they called that blitz and Nussmeier had to rush that pass, you got to expect them to be blitzing you on fourth down. Cornerbacks didn't even turn around when the ball was in the air as if they don't know. Same shit, man. Same old shit. And it's sad because we've been so spoiled as LSU fans that back in the day, tell me this 337. Remember when we had like Patrick Peterson, uh Stanley, Eli Ricks, Christian, all of those guys. When a quarterback dropped back to throw the ball, man, I was just like, that ain't about to be caught. This shit about to be passed. That shit about to be a pass breakup. Now, when a quarterback dropped back to throw the ball, bro, my heart stopped. I be holding my breath because I know the cornerbacks either gonna get the ball caught on them, or they not gonna turn their head around, or they're gonna get a pass interference. I can't wait till I can't wait till we get them cornerbacks that's coming in 2025 class if they stay committed, right? DJ Pickens and all of them, if they stay committed. I can't wait for them to get on the field, man. And so we can put these dark days of having these terrible ass defensive back players playing for LSU. Now, I shout out to PJ Woodland, man. Shout out to him. He a true freshman, number 11. He a dog. He remind me a little bit of Tyrann Mathieu. I'm not saying he is Tyrann Mathieu. I'm just saying he reminds me of Tyrann Mathieu because Tyrann Mathieu came in undersized, 3-star, and same PJ Willard, same guy. He undersized. He got that dog in him. He had that pass interference, but they came back the next play and tried him, and he broke it up. And that was one of USC's best wide receivers. So shout out to PJ Woodland, man. He only gonna get better. That's a true freshman, right? I think Buddy weighed probably about 130 pounds soaking wet, and he had that balling. So shout out to him. He got that dog in him. Stamps and the rest of them boys, they're gonna be looking over their shoulders all season long because he is fighting them for playing time. And I would not be shocked if next week he's not named a starter. Um, and I'm also curious to see what we're gonna do at safety because, like I said, Jardine Gilbert, he out. He gonna be out for all of next game because he got the targeting in the fourth quarter. So he's not. He's gonna have to sit pretty much until the last 2 minutes of the fourth quarter versus UCLA. So he might as well not even play. So I don't even know who. I guess we're gonna move Sage Ryan to safety, playing backyard football. To turn. Yeah, I tell my son when the ball's in the air. Yeah, exactly. And one of the things and I'm no cornerback. I played high school football. I was a linebacker. I played a little bit of. They call it semi-pro. I call it adult tackle because we didn't get paid, but some of the boys on the team was like, "Oh, it's semi-pro, whatever." But I coach my defensive players too. You keep you try to stay in the wide receiver's hip pocket, right in his hip, and and I like to teach him to lean that shoulder into him, this subtle. And when you see his eyes get big, you can tell either the eyes are gonna get big or they gonna open up their mouth like because they see the ball coming. That's when you turn your head around and you look for the ball, and you got to put that hand up when it, and rip and get it out of there and get it out of that, get it out of that, break up the catch. But them boys don't turn their head around. The only thing they do is grab and they looking at the wide receiver like this instead of turning their head around, not making a play on the ball, and they don't rip through. They don't do any of that. And every time they throw the ball, every time Miller Moss dropped back to throw the ball, I was holding my breath. I was just like, damn, bro. And every time somebody was catching the ball across the middle, or the the cornerbacks was fucking holding. Miller Moss had 378 passing yards. Um, I played high school football. Oh yeah, okay, Acadiana, shout out, Acadiana. So you played with Allie Broussard, right? Yeah, because I played for OHS, Opelousas High School from 2000 to 2004. I played linebacker. I was a starter my junior and senior year. So oh, 2000 2004, y'all had Ali Broussard on your team, if I'm not mistaken, or was he um a little bit before you? But yeah, Acadiana, y'all always go hard, bro. Acadiana, y'all always go hard. The Wrecking Rams, y'all boys always go hard, man. Y'all not even a big, y'all not even necessarily like a big school in terms of like size, but y'all run y'all offense phenomenal. Like that. Shout out to Acadiana, man. Like y'all boys, y'all go hard. Y'all go hard in 337 football, man. Y'all go hard. Shout out to y'all. I've always been a fan of Acadiana. Y'all go hard with what y'all got. OHS, Opelousas High School, we on the map now. We won our first ever high school state championship, right? So shout out to Jimmy Zachary and all those boys. And Deshaun Ford, I think he committed to LSU, but we'll see. We'll see if he still want to go to LSU after this damn loss. Um, I don't know, man. This shit is frustrating because it's like, what do you do, right? What do you do? A game like this, a upset like this shit is just gonna like be a dark cloud over LSU's head for the rest of the season, because you know how it is. They're gonna play against a cupcake team and they're gonna dominate, and everybody gonna be like, oh yeah, 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 yeah. And I'm like, bro, I don't want to. You're supposed to dominate versus a cupcake team. I want to see you dominate versus the Florida States, the USC's. I want you to put. I want you to see. I want you to put those games away, because we got to play Ole Miss. We got to play Oklahoma. We got to play Alabama, right? Think about that. We gotta play Florida, right? Florida always gives us a hard time, right? And we beat Florida what, the last 4 years in a row. So Florida due to get us. Florida's due to get us. A&M is always a thorn in our side, right? So LSU better tighten it up, bro. But this shit is terrible, man. And I had my homeboy. He was like, "Hey, I'm taking the money for LSU." I said, "Bro, I wouldn't put my money on LSU because LSU last year they was favored to win versus Florida State, and Florida State blew us the fuck out." And so I was like, "Man, history is not on LSU side. LSU has lost the last 5 in a row. I think LSU need to play a cupcake team, man. We need to see about canceling the Clemson game next season. We got to cancel that because we had risk of going 0-7 in season openers. Think back to 2019, LSU won a season opener versus Georgia State, and then no, Georgia Southern. Yeah, it was Georgia Southern. Yep. And then the year before that, we beat Miami, right? LSU has always played, for the most part, tough season openers. BYU, Oregon, Wisconsin, um, and we won those games. We won those games pretty, comfortable. But man, Can't win a season opener. Save our lives, man. Save our lives. My son played. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Yep. Played for Trayvon Falk. We played some school. Oh yeah, J.S. Clark. Yeah, J.S. Clark. J.S. Clark go hard, bro. J.S. Clark go hard. My homeboy. I ain't gonna say. I don't know if you want me to say his name, but uh, he coached for J.S. Clark, and now he coached for Mamu. But yeah, J.S. Clark, they go hard too. They got a good school. Yeah, man. Like I said, I'm a realist, bro. I love LSU just like anyone else that root for LSU in Louisiana. But I'm a realist, bro. I'm not gonna sit up here and try to sugarcoat the shit. Like we can see with our own two eyes. I got 20/10 vision. I got really good vision. I watched that damn game. Um, LSU in trouble, man. LSU in trouble. This is year 3 of a 10-year contract with Brian Kelly, and that man buyout is $56 million. LSU is at risk of going 0-7 in season openers. And what would that be? So we 4-0 under that. We 3-0. We at risk of going 0-5 under Brian Kelly in season openers. 0-5, bro. Because we got Clemson 2 years in a row. So I'm pretty sure it's gonna be some bullshit. Let me look it up. It's probably gonna be some. They're gonna say it's not a neutral site, but the game gonna be in Atlanta, which Atlanta is literally from Clemson. What, a 4-hour drive? So I don't think we should have played a tough team ranked 13. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah, with the new 12 team playoff, we in good position to make the playoffs. But um, I mean, man, it'd have been good to get that monkey off our back and to win a season opener. But yeah, you're right. We're still in good position. And you know, my homeboy, he a USC fan. He was saying, yeah, man, no matter who wins or loses this game, we're still in good position. But is this um you want to get that narrative. You want to start the season off still 1-0, man. You want to start the season off 1-0, and you want to get that narrative off the team that LSU can't win a season opener. And you feel bad for the players, man, because like Will Campbell, um, Emery, all of those guys, right? Nussmeier, they have not won a season opener since they've been at LSU. So you feel sorry for those dudes, man. It was good to see John Emery Jones. It was good to see him running the ball, but he lost a lot of speed because of the injuries. But it was good to see him toting that rock and getting his groove back. He had some really good runs, so I was real happy to see Emery Jr. Do his thing, and I was also happy to see Aaron Anderson score a touchdown because I've been watching Aaron Anderson since he played at Nacar, and to see him transfer from Alabama, come back last season and not have a very good season last season, and to get him a touchdown, his first touchdown at LSU. Hey, I felt good for the young boy. So salute to Aaron Anderson. I don't think we should have. Okay, yep, yeah. I mean, I don't know what the LSU can do. They got to play Clemson. If they cancel the home and home, we screwed. Would still have been a good position playing. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. You're right. You're right about that. But LSU don't have a history of playing cupcake teams in the season openers. Not like how Alabama do, not how Texas do, right? LSU not gonna dodge no smoke when it comes to the season opener. So that's a positive and a negative, right? That's a positive because you like, yeah, man, we not dodging no smoke, but we been getting our ass handed to us, man. And so you right, LSU need to start dodging some smoke. We need a tune-up game. We need a tune-up game because you can make some of those mistakes that you say we would have played McNeese or UL Monroe or someone in a season opener, right? Like how Tennessee did versus Chattanooga, play an in-state team to help them with their help their program, earn some money, right? We could make some of those mistakes versus those teams and still been able to win. But you can't make any mistakes like that versus an offensive mind like Lincoln Riley, right? You got to put them away when you have the chance. And unless you let them off the hook in the third quarter when we could not convert those damn third downs, we let them off the hook. So shout out to USC, man. Shout out to them boys. But I don't know. I just got on here to rant, to rant my frustrations. But I'm definitely gonna get on tomorrow, and I'm gonna do a more cleaner um episode because I wrote down a bunch of shit from the game about what I saw, uh, and a lot of it was negative, but um, I don't want to seem like a negative Nancy and be too negative, but I'm a realist, and I saw bullshit. And me and my brother, he live in Louisiana. I live in South Carolina right now, and we always text during the games. We text during the NFL games. He's a Saints fan. I'm an Eagles fan, right? We text during the LSU games, and like I said, we both seen the same thing, that undisciplined play, right? Defensive backs terrible. Brian Kelly don't look like he know what the fuck he doing. He don't know how to coach the coaches, and he don't know how to coach the players. He just sitting fat with a $56 million contract, with a $56 million buyout, and $100 million contract. And one thing I can say about Brian Kelly, he get his coaches paid, because Blake Baker got a really good um, contract. Bo Davis got a really good contract, and listen, the defense played. The defense gave us some big plays, but the defense looked a lot better than they looked last year versus Florida State. So that is excuse me, that is a positive. But so I think next year, I hope and pray that the class that we got coming in next year sticks together. But I think once Blake Baker start getting in some dogs, right? I think that the defense is gonna go back, to how it used to be. You know what I mean? Yeah, yeah, appreciate it, man. Like, I'm telling you, man, that's why I don't really even get on Twitter anymore, man. Because when I speak the truth on Twitter, bro, them LSU fans, they be saying, "Oh, you don't know ball, you don't know nothing." I was like, bro, I don't coach college football. I don't coach NFL football. I never played in college. I'm none of that. But I played football in high school. I've been around. I've coached high school kids. I've coached youth football. All of that. And when you're a student of the game, when you watch football and you read about football, and you look at film and all of that stuff, right? You can understand. You don't need to be a college coach to understand certain concepts and things like that, right? You don't need to be a college coach to do all that. Now, of course, college coaches in NFL, they're elite coaches, but there's plenty of people like you, Bebe 337, me, that's fans of the game, that love our teams, and we can see that, like, hey, bro, this is trash. Just like when we didn't go for three on that first drive, you can say to yourself, that's trash. I lost $100 on the game. Yeah, I did too. I lost $100. I had a bet with one of the homies at LSU with like a dumbass. I don't know why I did that, but LSU would win by 10 or more. So lost that $100. Uh and I got another bet, which is I got another bet that y'all about to cook me, but I got another bet that all three wide receivers, CJ Daniels, Kyron Lacy, and Chris Hilton Jr. gonna have 10 or more touchdowns. That was dumb. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. Uh, because Chris Hinton Jr. didn't even play tonight. He got scratched right before the game started. I know he's been dealing with a bone bruise, so but yeah, I'm about to lose that. So my homeboy, I lost $100 to him because LSU lost, and I got another bet with him that all three wide receivers gonna have 10 plus touchdowns. I was on some 2019 shit when Terrence Marshall Jr., um, Chase, and Jets all had 10 plus touchdowns, right? And then obviously, last year, Brian Thomas Jr. and Malik Neighbors both had 10 plus touchdowns. So, I was just feeling myself, but I don't think it's going to happen. And I mean, 30 touchdowns between three wide receivers, that's historic. So, Kyron Lacy going to get 10 plus touchdowns. Um, and I think CJ Daniels and Chris Hilton Jr., one of them are gonna have 10 plus touchdowns, but I don't think three wide receivers are gonna have 10 plus touchdowns. Hopefully Mason Taylor can get double digit touchdowns. I think Mason Taylor is gonna be a late round um draft pick, or Sorry, I think Mason Taylor is going to go late in the first round, or early in the second round. But Mason Taylor is definitely getting drafted in the top 50 um, in the NFL draft, because I mean he a dog, man. It's terrible that LSU don't use him enough, right? They don't line him up wide like we used to do Thad Moss, right? Um, we don't it's it's terrible that they don't do that, but he got to get more touches. And I mean he was eating. Buddy was diving to the ground, picking up balls off the ground before they hit the ground, right? Like he was catching, he was eating. So they got to feed Mason Taylor more. But like you said, they throwing them they calling them damn high school plays. So in most high schools, unless it's Texas or California, they don't even throw the ball to the tight end. I know in Louisiana we didn't. Shit, I played outside linebacker, and shit, I knew the tight end wasn't gonna get the ball thrown to him. So I was reading the pass, I was reading the run every time. I knew the tight end. I think in 2 years of being a starter, but 4 years of playing football, I think I probably only witnessed 4 times that the tight end got the ball thrown to him. When we played St. Thomas More my senior year, they had a really good tight end that they was throwing the ball to. He was tearing my ass up that game, but yeah, yep, they got too much talent. Yep, which is a good which is a good problem, man. Nussmeier got a lot of mouths to feed. That's what I was saying earlier. CJ Daniels, I don't think did CJ Daniels even have any receptions in this game? Let me check. I don't think he did. CJ. Oh yes. Oh okay. CJ Daniels had 3 receptions for 19 yards. Now they say CJ Daniels got paid over $200,000 to come play football for LSU. If that's the case, he should have had Kyron Lacey's stat line. But yeah, I mean, Nussmeier was feeding them boys. Kyron Lacey had 7 receptions for 94 yards and 1 touchdown. He averaged 13.4 yards a catch. Aaron Anderson had 5 receptions for 64 yards and 12.8 yards per catch and 1 touchdown. Mason Taylor had 7 catches for 62 yards. He averaged 8.9 yards per catch. Sorry, and Xavier Thomas was 2 for 23, but he averaged 11.5. So, um, a lot of LSU had a lot of big splash plays, but again, when we needed it the most, right? When we needed to convert a third down, or when we needed to score in the red zone from the 20-yard line 20-yard line in, we couldn't do it. Let's see. What the hell was that? Oh, I didn't see a toss back that used to run where the running back gets. Oh, yeah. Yep. That was more of a that was more of like a Les Miles type run play, but LSU need to get away from that all that running out of the damn shotgun. Like we need to start throwing in a pistol or something else. Like it's too predictable whenever you in the shotgun. Everyone know where you're gonna be running the ball. You're gonna be trying to go up the middle, or you're gonna try to get off tackle. Everybody gonna know. I didn't see no tall sweeps or any of that. Let's see what I was trying to find out. Team stats. Yeah, so LSU actually converted 5 to third down. So they LSU was 5 of 13 on third down. USC was 3 of 9, but it just seems like USC was able to convert on third down uh, when they needed to, and LSU couldn't. And then we also had a lot of dumbass penalties too that was giving the USC extra chances. Fourth down conversions, LSU went for it twice on fourth down. We was one of two, and USC had no fourth down conversions. US we killed them yardage wise. It was the yep, you're right. LSU time of possession was 33 minutes. Um, we had total plays. We had 64, which was more than USC. USC had 60. You're right. We killed them in yards. If you looked at the box score and you didn't if and you covered up the actual score of the game, you would think LSU won the game, but we lost the game. And that I'm telling you, this L is on the coaching staff, man. did you see how Emory Jones was look? I keep saying Emory, but what's his name? I don't know why I be messing up this dude name. Yeah, sorry. So no, that's not. That's not him. I be messing up this dude name. Number 50. Yeah, Emory Jones Jr. Did you see how he looked on the sideline? I don't know why I couldn't remember his name. How he looked on the sideline whenever the game was over. That dude wanted to cry, man. He had a look in his eyes like we had just lost the national championship. The kid has never won a season opener since he's been at LSU. And LSU is losing him and Will Campbell next season. They're leaving. So they're going to leave college football never having won a season opener. That's crazy. And both of these kids are about to be first round draft picks. Will Campbell is probably going to go somewhere one is a reach, but somewhere between 1 and 5, Will Campbell's going to go. And Emory Jones Jr. is definitely going to go day one, probably between the 15 to 25 spot, right? Like pick. Emory Jones is definitely going to be a first round draft pick. Yeah, that was the first time seeing a penny on D line. Oh yeah. They said it was because of they said it was because of a clap because LSU D line was shifting all game, but they said it was like a clap, which because some teams they go on first sound, so they clap to signify snapping the ball, and so you can't do that. But yeah, that was bullshit, man. That was bullshit. Um, which again, the coaches should know better than that. I'm pretty sure the coaches. Well, I don't know. I don't want to put that one on the coaches, but yeah, that penalty was definitely bullshit. That clap penalty. And another thing that shit was killing me was I had to mute the TV because Kirk Herbstreit was literally cheering for USC to win the game. When O'Boy caught that nice ass pass, but over Will Weeks and the other dude, Kurt Herbstreit said, "Oh man, please let that be a catch. Please let that be a catch." And then he said, whenever they reviewed it and they said that the play stand, I don't know if y'all heard this, but what's his name? Kurt Herbstreit said, "Yeah, we're in here high fiving each other." I was like, bro, ain't they supposed to be neutral? But yeah, he wanted USC to win so bad, bro. He loved Lincoln Riley. But one thing that I will say is that Bo Davis had the defensive line playing. Like the defensive line was humming. Now, defensive tackle, that last score, whenever Buddy just ran it in, I don't know if that was because the team was already defeated or the defensive tackle just got his ass moved out of the way. But Bo Davis had the defensive line humming. Like we was actually getting pressure with four. We was actually getting pressure with four. Um, Another thing I want to talk about. I touched on it a little bit, but man, what do you think about Harold Perkins? I think Harold Perkins is supposed to be playing outside, man. He's too small to play inside. Harold Perkins is what? Maybe 6 foot, 230, 220. He's too small to play inside, man. He need to play outside. That's what he need to be playing downhill, creating chaos in the backfield, disrupting the disrupting the quarterback and the running back. They got him because when doing the first couple of plays in the other game, he was killing them. He was blowing everything up, and then they moved him back inside, had him playing in coverage, and I mean Harold Perkins playing in coverage be looking like a fish out of water, bro. Like if I know Brian Kelly and them saying, hey, we wanna get him ready for the NFL, but the NFL got way better coaches than college has at the inside backer position. Let them figure that shit out whenever he gets to the pros. Harold Perkins need to be playing off the edge, man. Harold Perkins is too fast, too athletic to be playing inside. He need to be playing outside. But that's another call by Brian Kelly. Brian Kelly want Harold Perkins to play inside. But you know what's fucking crazy? 337 is that I said that on Twitter too. I said Harold Perkins should not be playing inside, and they say the same thing. No, you don't know ball. You don't know ball. I was like, bro, I don't know ball, bro. And no, I never played on the level as Harold Perkins because obviously I joined the military, and Harold Perkins left high school and went to go play for LSU. But I still know the linebacker position. And anyone knows that he's too small to play inside linebacker, bro. He too small. He need to be playing outside. He's he's not. He don't have the frame to put on a lot of weight, the weight that's needed to play inside. He need to be playing outside. But what do I know? What do I know? So the way how they mismanage Harold Perkins in this game is it's a tragedy. And my man was wearing number 7, and he didn't play like a number 7. Nothing against Harold Perkins at all, because Harold Perkins is an absolute dog. But there's only so much you can do when you playing inside. So, when you inside, you got the you got a certain gap responsibility that you got to flow to, but he learned a lot about crossing routes and pass, and more so passes coming into his zone. He can't really focus on creating havoc in the backfield like that. Yeah, he outside linebacker. He outside linebacker. But you got to be careful who you say that to around LSU fans, because they get mad as fuck. They're like, "Oh no, you don't know what you're talking about." Let's see, Harold Perkins. Let's see what's his size. Well, how big is Harold Perkins? Harold Perkins. I know they said he put on weight. And the crazy thing is, Harold Perkins is he 19 years old, bro. Hey, how much Harold Perkins weight? They say so. He's 6'1", 225. But some people that's been around Harold, that's seen Harold Perkins in person, say he don't look like he 6'1", but he might be. Teams they bump up players' height and weight because obviously for the draft process. But 6'1", 225. I still think that's an outside linebacker. I still think that's an outside linebacker. But yeah, he should be playing. He should be playing outside, not inside. But we got to see. We got to see. You know, one thing about Blake Baker. Blake Baker is a really good linebacker coach. I know he's the defensive coordinator, but he is a really good linebacker coach. So maybe before the season's all over, before the season's over with, uh, Harold Perkins would become more comfortable in that inside linebacker, middle linebacker position. But man, I would love to see him line up on the edge because teams fear Harold Perkins. And Harold Perkins, we should be talking about Harold Perkins the same way how we was talking about Will Anderson. Harold Perkins should be Will Anderson 2.0. He should be the second coming of the Alabama great Will Anderson, but he not, because his freshman year he looked like he was, and even his sophomore year he looked like he was. But then certain games they had him playing outside, and then certain games Brian Kelly had him playing inside. And when he played outside, I was just like, "Yep, there he go." He looked like Will Anderson 2.0. But then when he went inside, nothing. Harold Perkins be getting lost in the sauce inside. So I don't know, man. I don't know. We still we still got them terrible ass cornerbacks, and we still got the most overrated head coach in college football, Brian Kelly, calling all of the shots. So we got to see. But it's time for them to have a conversation. It's time for the LSU athletic director to go to Brian Kelly, the president of LSU, and the athletic director to go to Brian Kelly and be like, "Hey man, what the hell are you doing? We're paying you over, we're paying you damn near $10 million a year, and you can't win a season opener, and your teams look unprepared, your teams look undisciplined, and you out here slamming the table, blaming your team, saying your team can't execute or have a killer instinct. The coach prepares the team to have a fucking killer instinct. You do that. You the coach. You get paid a lot of money. These players get paid a lot of money too, NIL, but they don't make $10 million a season. I think the highest paid NIL player right now is what, Shador Sanders, and I think Shador Sanders is making like $3 million a year. He's probably making more now because he got a big endorsement from Nike uh this recently. But I mean, $3 million compared to $10 million, bro. We still talking about apples and oranges. Like, that's a lot of money, and you are the one that's supposed to compare. At $10 million a year, you're the one supposed to be having your team with a killer instinct and not taking out their helmet whenever they make a play, or not holding, or not getting past interference plays, or not clapping. Like, that's on you. That's on the coach. That's a reflection of you. I got a daughter. If my daughter do something crazy in school or in public, that's a reflection on me, because clearly something not happening in the household. Clearly something's not happening in practice. Clearly something's not happening in those meeting rooms. The one thing about Bill Belichick is Bill Belichick used to coach situational football to the T. Players have said that uh, Bill Belichick will literally coach every damn scenario you can think about in football, right? And we saw it pay off. We saw it pay off a lot of times, right? But Brian Kelly is one of the most winningest coaches in college football, and yet his teams 3 years in a row seem unprepared and are undisciplined. I didn't watch Brian Kelly much at Notre Dame because I can't stand Notre Dame. I think Notre Dame gets overhyped, right? They get overhyped every year just because the brand and the name Notre Dame. So I didn't watch a lot of Brian Kelly at Notre Dame. But since I've been watching him closely as the LSU head coach, he the players don't look are not disciplined. They're not they're they don't seem like they're being put in the right position to succeed. And Brian Kelly be on the sideline looking fucking. Brian Kelly be on the sideline is looking confused. Brian Kelly be looking like he don't know what the fuck going on. He don't know. He look like he don't know what's going on. I'm off the Brian Kelly bandwagon. I'm off. I'm done with it, man. I'm done with it. I oh yeah, of course you need. Of course, if you beat Arkansas and beat the Mississippi's, of course you should beat them. But until you can beat Alabama consistently, until you can win a season opener consistently, until you beat, the who's of the SEC consistently, then I'm off of Brian Kelly. But shit, he got to start winning the fan base back simply by winning a season opener. One of the biggest Brian Kelly fanboys I know, that's an LSU fan, tonight texted me and was like, "Bro, fuck Brian Kelly. I'm done with Brian Kelly." And that says a lot coming from him because he loved Brian Kelly and he done with Brian Kelly. So when I thought at first, I thought we should have hired, excuse me, whenever we was looking for another head coach, shit, I thought we should have went after. Well, I know we was trying to go after that old boy. What's his name? Marcus Freeman from uh Notre Dame. He said, nah, he didn't want. He wasn't fucking with LSU. But um, you know, it. What if I don't know what I'm thinking. I was like, it'd be wild if like Nick Saban said, "Hey, I want to." I want to come back one more. I don't know. I don't know why the hell I'm turning into a conspiracy theorist, but it would be wild if Nick Saban came out of retirement and said, "Hey, I want to coach LSU again," and then I'm pretty sure them boys are paid. They'll pay that $56 million off real fast for Brian Kelly to get his ass on out of that. But I don't know, man. I said that I said that Brian Kelly was going to win a national championship within his first 5 years, but I don't think that's happening no more. We're not winning no national championship. I don't know. Maybe I'm being too harsh, but I don't know, man. I don't know. With the 12-team playoff now, it's a lot easier. They even talking about expanding it to 18 teams, right? And LSU does get hot at the middle of the season and towards the end, but um, I don't know, man. I don't even know. I really don't know. Like, that's another bet I got. I got another bet for $200 that shit. Brian Kelly was gonna win a national championship within 5 years. So we at year 3. So that boy got to do something. Shit, he gotta win because I can't be losing $200. I got a mortgage and all that shit. So I'm dumb from fucking putting my money on Brian Kelly and them. I'm dumb as hell from doing that. I just hope the 2025 class don't start decommitting. Because if them boys start decommitting, it's over with. It's over with if they start decommitting. So Brian Kelly better get on that phone. I know he's gonna be on that phone tomorrow on Sunday. I don't know if they can talk to the recruits right now, but if it's a dead period, as soon as that dead period go away, Brian Kelly better get on the phone and tell them boys what his plan is, what his plan for the future is. Cause shit, the brand is fading, man. The brand is fading. It's like LSU is just like one terrible defeat. Y'all remember when LSU lost to Troy? No, not Troy. Yeah, Troy. When LSU lost to Troy, man, that was like a that was like a dark time for LSU and to be an LSU fan when we lost to Troy. One of those losses are coming under Brian Kelly, man. I'm telling y'all, we're gonna lose to a goddamn team that we're not supposed to lose to, and that's when the wheels really gonna fall off. The wheels always fall off like that. That's when the wheels really gonna fall off when we're gonna lose to goddamn like McNeese or like Texas Southern or somebody like that. Like we're gonna lose to a cupcake team, and that's when the wheels really gonna fall off, and the noise in the system is gonna get a lot louder, and them boys gonna have to see about paying paying BK $56 million to leave town. But like someone said earlier, who the hell you gonna pick to replace Brian Kelly? All the good damn coaches is sold up unless you try to go after Urban Meyer. You try to go after Urban Meyer, or again, you try to lure. Um, and it's wild even talking about a head coach to replace Brian Kelly because his contract is just so goddamn long. Most coaches don't know the history of players from Louisiana that is born and raised committed to LSU from the jump. Louisiana has, yep, you're right about that. And that was one of the problems that they said about Brian Kelly. It was like Brian Kelly is not gonna be able to, be a fit. Is Brian Kelly a fit at LSU outside of that damn dancing video that he did, and then that fake Cajun accent? I would say, yeah, he fit at LSU because um, I'm unbiased, but that targeting was kind of weak. Yeah, what's up, Lee, man? Shout out to you. Um, I'm gonna speak on that. I just want to finish up with Bay 337, but I think Brian Kelly is a fit at LSU because he coach. Look at the coaches that he hired, right? Blake Baker is from Louisiana, Corey Raymond's from Louisiana, Bo Davis from Louisiana, Brad Davis from Louisiana, right? So um, he 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 hired the right coaches to recruit Louisiana, but um, you got to be careful about who you bring in now. So I would almost say, if you let Brian Kelly walk with a $56 million buyout, you got to hire within. You got to hire Brad Davis. You got to hire um a Joe Sloan or Cortez Hankton, right? You got to hire a young coach within, Blake Baker, right? Because you're not gonna have enough money to go get a big time coach. Yeah, and like going what you said, Lee. That target, man. You can't hit players. You can't hit nobody no more, man. You can't hit nobody. Like you can't hit nobody. You hit somebody, man, they gonna throw it. The referees be feeling so bad when a player get hit hard that they throw a sympathy flag, and that's a fact. Look at the NFL. When a player get hit hard and the fans be like, "Ooh," and the defense clapping up and celebrating, the referees look around, they throw a sympathy flag. That's exactly what they do. They throw a sympathy flag. Like you can't hit anyone anymore. We might as well take the shoulder pads off. Or you know what? He should have let the damn player. He should have let the wide receiver run in the end zone. They need to be more mad at the quarterback because the quarterback threw a pass that led him. The wide receiver had to stretch out for that pass. And what you want the safety to do? Dive at his ankles? And what if he'd have dived at his ankles and missed the tackle? And then the dude would have ran into the end zone. So, but it didn't look intentional, but he ain't playing next game. He ain't playing next game because it happened late in the fourth quarter. So um he pretty much not playing the next game. So we got to see who they gonna put. Hold on. Oh, I was wrong. LSU next game is Nickel State. So that is a in-state game because Nickel State is in Louisiana. So that's that. I mean, shout out my homeboy coach for Nickel State, JP, Justin Payne. He the women's basketball coach for Nickel State. So shout out to JP and Nickel State. But Nickel State is what you would call a cupcake team. So LSU gets his tune-up game next week versus Nickel State. I'm not even gonna watch that game. I'm not, because LSU is supposed to blow them out. I'm not watching that game. Um, and then LSU has to play USC. I mean, it's not USC, UCLA. Um, and then after that, we have South Carolina. No. Okay, I'm tripping. We got Nickel State next, and then we got South Carolina, which I'm going to that game because South Carolina is right up the road from my house, 2 hours up the road. So I'm going to go to that South Carolina game on September 14th. And then we got UCLA on September 21st. I had LSU being undefeated. I had LSU winning the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, the first 5 games. I had LSU being undefeated. I had LSU beating USC, beating Nichols, beating South Carolina, beating UCLA, beating South Alabama. I had LSU being 5-0 by the time we got to Ole Miss, which is on October 12th. I had LSU being undefeated. LSU might struggle versus UCLA. They might struggle. They might struggle, but man, I'm telling you, LSU might lose one of them cupcake games. The wheels gonna completely fall off if we lose to Nickel State or we lose to South Alabama. Just like we lost to Troy. We lose to one of them teams. them I don't know, them boosters might have to come calling and be like, hey man, they definitely gotta sit Brian Kelly down. They gotta sit Brian Kelly down on Monday from that stunt that he did tonight at his press conference where he slammed the table and said that he was pissed off at his players. They're gonna have to talk to him. They're gonna have to talk to him for sure because you can't be blaming it all on the players. I mean, the players got some of it, like some of it fall on the players, but you can't be blaming it all on the players. It's a lot of it is on the coaches. So, all right, man. I appreciate y'all, hopping on here with your boy. I appreciate it. It's late. Um, I gotta shit wake up in a few hours and go run some errands because I'm trying to sell the crib. So I'm trying to the house on the market, but I still got to do a few things in the yard, and I got to do some more painting. So I got to wake up early in the morning and do some shit. But I appreciate y'all hopping on here with me. I'm sorry I was ranting, man. I'm sorry. But I was just pissed off, man. I was pissed off. It's like a lot of y'all that's LSU fans that was watching that game. I'm pretty sure when the game was over with, I sat in silence for like 15 minutes. I swear to God, I sat in silence for 15 minutes. I turned the lights off in the living room and I just sat there. Like literally, I just sat there. Like I had no words. I just sat there. I couldn't say nothing. Because I just knew that LSU was gonna win this game because we hadn't won a season opener in 4 years. I just knew that we was gonna win this game. And then in the third quarter, I was like, yeah, LSU got this one in the bag. And then USC just scored, they scored 14, and I was just like, oh shit, we might not have this one in the bag, but man, I don't know. I do not know. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and hop off this thing, man. I appreciate y'all rocking with me. If y'all haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Oh yeah. Should be 3-1 if we play. Yep, you're right. You're right. Should be 3-1 if the play calling is correct. You're right. You're right about that. You're right about that for sure. But and hopefully they gotta learn from their mistakes. They're gonna watch film. Hopefully they're gonna watch film and they're gonna see what they did wrong, that they let their foot off the gas in the passing game, right? Like obviously you want to be balanced, but I feel like when we started getting the running game going, we kind of forgot about Kyron Lacy because Kyron Lacy had pretty much all of Kyron Lacy's stats came in the first half. He had 7 receptions for 94 yards in the first half, and in the second half he had 2 targets. So Kyron Lacy was cooking, and then they stopped letting him cook. So hopefully next game we're more balanced. And one thing before I hop off here, I forgot about this. Will Campbell, you don't get to slide. Will Campbell said that they was going to Las Vegas to get in a fist fight, and he was saying we're gonna run the ball. I'm telling everybody we're gonna run the ball, and nope, he ain't do none of that. We ran the ball for 117 yards, but in the first half we was not getting any push off the line. So Will Campbell, don't talk no more. Don't talk no more. You an All-American, you a first round draft pick, but don't talk no more in the camera about running the ball, because clearly y'all didn't back it enough. Y'all didn't back it up enough in the first quarter, in the first half. I think it would have been better running the ball in the first half. We could have put them boys. We could at least beat them by 2 scores, but we didn't do none of that, and so we got our ass cooked. But um, hey, appreciate y'all. If y'all haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel. Leave a like, a comment, hit that bell notification button, because all of it helps. All of the support helps as the channel grow. We're getting close to 700 subscribers, trying to get to 1,000, but it's been a slow grind. But part of it is laziness, because I don't get on here enough, because obviously I got a full-time job. I'm a father and all that stuff, so I can't get on here all the time and make videos like I want to. But now that the football season has started, I'm gonna try to get on here more often and do these lives and make more videos. So yep, my son practice tomorrow game. Okay, game day Tuesday. Okay. Oh yeah. Yep. All right, man. Appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good night.